did Tupac's thug life philosophy really mean?
H-U-G-L-I-F-E. The hate you gave little infant E-C-K everybody. Meaning, what you feed us as seeds grows and blows up in your face. That's thug life.
When people hear thug life, they often imagine violence, chaos, or rebellion. But what if that phrase stood for something completely different?
Mr. Shakur, can we get a comment from you at all?
Hell no. Thug life.
No,
Thug life. Thug life. That's my comment.
What's that mean? I don't understand.
This is yours.
What did happen?
Thug life.
Tupac Shakur didn't just say those words, he lived them. And what he left behind wasn't just a message. It was a code. The early 1990s, when the streets needed structure. In the early 90s, inner city communities across America were facing intense challenges. Poverty, drugs, local conflicts, generational struggle. In the middle of it all were young people trying to survive, searching for identity and direction. Tupac came from that reality, but he didn't just reflect it in his music. He tried to change the narrative. Thug life, a definition misunderstood. Tupac once broke it down simply: the hate you give little infants f***s everybody. Meaning, the pain we pass down to children eventually spreads back to society. Thug life wasn't about celebrating crime. It was a critique, a warning, and a call to do better, starting from the streets up.
I organized the OGs in the East Coast and the West Coast and the penitentiaries to come up with a set of codes of ethics for criminals, you know? Like, we're going to be against drive-bys, kidnappings, attacks on people that are not involved with the street gang, with the drug trade, or the illegal business at all. You know, all that kidnapping and shooting drive-bys out the car, we against that. And people who perpetrate that, they have to deal with the consequences when they go to jail, because that's who's going to enforce this code and the thug life that's on the street.
The 26 Rules, a streetwise code of conduct. In 1992, Tupac worked with mentors, elders, and community figures to create something unheard of, a written code meant to inspire order, accountability, and self-respect among youth. They called it the Code of Thug Life. These 26 rules were designed to discourage harm to civilians, protect families, and set a higher standard for behavior, especially among those living street-connected lives. Here's a glimpse of that code as it was written. 1. All new jacks to the game must know he's going to get rich, he's going to jail, he's going to die. 2. Crew leaders. You are responsible for legal, financial payment commitments to crew members. Your word must be your bond. 3. One crew's rat is every crew's rat. Rats are now like a disease. Sooner or later we all get it, and they should too. Crew leader and posse should select a diplomat and should work ways to settle disputes. In unity, there is strength. 5. Carjacking in our hood is against the code. 6. Slinging to children is against the code. 7. Having children slinging is against the code. 8. No slinging in schools. 9. Since the rat Nicky Barnes opened his mouth. Ratting has become accepted by some. We're not having it. 10. Snitches is out of here. 11. The boys in blue don't run nothing. We do. Control the hood and make it safe for squares. 12. No slinging to pregnant sisters. That's baby killing. That's genocide. 13. Know your target. Who's the real enemy? 14. Civilians are not a target and should be spared. 15. Harm to children will not be forgiven. 16. Attacking someone's home where their family is known to reside must be altered or checked. 17. Senseless brutality and rape must stop. 18. Our old folks must not be abused. 19. Respect our sisters, respect our brothers. 20 sisters in the life must be respected if they respect themselves. 21. Military disputes concerning business areas within the community must be handled professionally and not on the block. 22. No shooting at parties. 23. Concerts and parties are neutral territories. No shooting. 24. Know the code. It's for everyone. 25. Be a real roughneck. Be down with the code of the thug life. 26. Protect yourself at all times. This wasn't a law. It was a moral contract. Symbolism in the message. Tupac didn't just talk about the code, he wore its message. He had the words "thug life" inked across his lower abdomen, not for shock value, but because he believed the message needed to be visible, constantly. The tattoo wasn't meant to intimidate, it was meant to provoke thought. Public reaction and misinterpretation. Some people misunderstood his message. They saw the tattoo and ignored the deeper meaning. They judged the image, not the intent. What started as a code to inspire change became, in the media's eyes, something far different. Tupac tried to explain it over and over. He wasn't glorifying struggle, he was trying to organize it, explain it, make sense of it, turning code into music. In 1993, Tupac formed the group Thug Life with Big Psych, Moprim, and others. Together, they released Thug Life, Volume 1 in 1994. The album echoed the spirit of the code, songs about pain, hope, and survival. How long will they mourn me? Cradle to the grave, pour out a little liquor. All built around the same mission, awareness over destruction, a misused legacy. Over time, the message behind Thug Life was diluted. It was shortened, reshaped, and turned into a meme or fashion statement. But that wasn't the goal. The 26 rules weren't just for one era. They were meant to build a foundation for youth, for unity, for self-worth. Reclaiming the philosophy. Today we still hear the phrase thug life. But how often do we hear about its meaning? About a man who sat down and tried to write principles that could reduce harm and increase respect without any official platform. Without any support, just a pen, a purpose, and a passion for change. The code still matters. This code wasn't written in stone, but maybe it should have been. It spoke of respect, community, leadership, wisdom, and restraint. Not crime, not chaos, not destruction. And maybe today, more than ever, we need to remember what thug life really stood for. Which of the 26 rules speaks to you the most? Let us know in the comments, because legacies are only forgotten when we stop sharing them.